Good morning, YouTube. Listen, today's topic. Rick Ross' new album, Set in Stone. What do you think about it? Do you like it? Let's talk about it. Plus, Billboard releases the hottest, listen to the words, the hottest females of right now, top 10. Do you agree? Let's talk about it. Plus, Bootsy YB, Young Boy, and Dame Dash. Are they the new headaches of hip hop? This is gonna be good.
She says she's been bitten from head to toe.
I don't know what been chewing on me, but I know I'm ate up on me. Watch how she up the score her number.
That's right. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me this morning. This is the I AM MZTIA Show. And oh, yes, I am Miss Tia. I got my Joe today. I got my Joe. Listen, plus my light keep going off. You know what's so crazy? I think I realized what it is. I clean the office. You know, when stuff clean up, when you clean up, things just acting crazy. Plus, so I think it's not a lot of stuff around here anymore. So the light can't detect that something is moving or in the room. So if the light goes off, we're going to do this again like last week. But anyway, thank you for joining me. Listen, if you are new here, hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel. Thank you. I am Miss Tia. I always tell people this is an opinion-based show, honey. This is only my opinions. I talk about my love for hip-hop music, and entertainment. Period. Let me say my disclaimer. Listen, these are my views and my views only. If your favorite rapper, celebrity, politician, or internet personality catches you stray, listen, you'll be all right. It'll be all right. Stay calm. This is commentary, not comeback. Let's push the culture. Listen, thank you for joining me once again. Great topics. Did you hear what I said? I'm not going to take long. I'm going to try to do this video in a good 25 minutes. So let me see if I can do it. Like I said, Rick Ross, right? Set in Stone album review. What do you think? I heard from the community. I'm listening to a lot of people. A lot of people feels like it's mid, but for me, y'all know I like Rick Ross. I'm the boss, right? Did I do that right? Was my rendition good? Okay. I like Rick Ross. So I love to kind of hear the way he takes music. So I think I enjoyed the album. Let me give you a couple of my pointers that I seen as I listened to the album. I wrote down some stuff. So if you see me looking over, that's what I'm doing. I'm getting right into it, right? Right. I think I wrote on my Twitter, I said something like, let me see what I said. Ooh, I'm sorry. I said something like, I said, at least for 19 songs, I felt like a boss, right? I said, that rich rap shit, Rick Ross, it's exciting, right? I said, dope album. My favorite songs is still Minks in Miami. So if you ever catch me over there on Twitter, I always talk about some things that kind of touches me. I can't review everybody's album. To be honest with you, I'm not going to review everybody's album. I only review albums that I feel like my spirit kind of catches. And I'll be like, yeah, I want to hear what he say. And Rick Ross is kind of one of my favorites. So, of course, I had to do Rick Ross's album. Listen, did I do a word of the day? Let me say this too. I got a teachable moment at the end of the show, so get ready for that. I had a word of the day. My mind was going everywhere this week. I want to say this: salute and shout out to all the writers in every aspect, like people who write movies, music, journalistic type of people, people who write books, right? Literature, right? Salute to you guys. Cause I can just think about how my little mind run. My little mind just be running. So I can imagine people who's very talented and gifted as you guys are, who sits in the writer category. I can imagine that your mind just constantly goes. And I think we should be appreciative of people like that. So I may talk about a lot of people throughout this review that I'm doing Rick Ross, because my mind kind of went down these roads this week as I was listening to the album. But anyway, let me get straight into the album. I'm gonna say this first. Rick Ross, Set in Stone. Rick Ross is I call him a rich rapper, right? He talks about things that the average person like me may never get to experience. But the thing about it is, Rick Ross take you down a road where you feel like you riding in the car with him, right? Right? Is it me? Is it me? It feels like you riding in a car with him through his music. So this is why I love Rick Ross. He have a way, in a sense, of drawing the picture. He paints the picture through his rhymes, through his voice. So even though I probably never get to experience the lavish yachts, the Miatis and the Galas and the kitchens and the right, Rick Ross take me through imagination. So shout out to Rick Ross for having that gift to do that. Did I do the word of the day? This was the word of the day, and I'm gonna get into the album. The word of the day was you don't have to compromise to be recognized, right? I think a lot of us, I'm looking out this week, and I'm looking at a lot of people are compromising to be recognized. So you going against what you know that's real or right, to sit on people's side or to stay in this favor or this light of certain things. So that really hit me this week. I'm telling you, I big up to the writers, because my mind was crazy this week. You don't have to compromise to be recognized. I can't tell you where I got that from, but I'm gonna tell you in a minute. Anyway, let's get to the album. Set in Stone. Once again, like I told you, Rick Ross have a great gift of taking you down the road with him through his imagination, and you get in the car and you just feel like you're rich. I'm telling you, I'm riding with Ross with these 19 songs. I just felt like both. Okay. I just like to do that. It reminded me of reading a book. I don't know if you guys know this. Sister Soldier is one of my favorite authors, right? Go and check out Sister Soldier. I always tell people, when I talk to young people, I always recommend Sister Soldier's books. One of my favorite books from Sister Soldier is Midnight. Remember when she wrote Midnight? And I think she have a series of the Midnight stories. But in this series, in this book, Midnight was in China. Right. So, once again, salute to the writers. This is what took me this week. Sister Soldier is one of those writers as well that you could go into her mind with her and you can sit right in the middle of what she's writing about. So when she wrote the book Midnight, I think it was the one that he went to China. You can type it in and find it. I'm gonna try to put the picture up so you could see it, but you literally felt like you was in China sitting on the train with Midnight. But anyway, I'm just showing you how different people have the gift of, they can bring their writings to reality, and it can make you feel special in the moment. Rick Ross, let's go here. He have a way of doing that. Okay, I'm just setting it up. This is what I was thinking. I was going through these motions when I was listening to Rick Ross, and when I read certain books like Sister Soldier, she does that to me too. One of my favorite books, again, from Sister Soldier, I can't get off her. I think it was a Portia Santiago story. Go read that. It's the young girls, and everybody know the coldest winter ever, right? But Portia Santiago, that was one of my favorite books from her too. A love story, one of my favorite books. Go check it out. Okay, Rick Ross. I salute to the writers. Now, to be honest with you, I'm learning and I'm gaining a great respect for people who write, right? Who have the gift of that craft. I'm gaining so much respect for you guys. There go my light. Hold on. Okay, it looks like it's only going to give me 10 minutes before I go out again. So maybe I need to take the light as a sign to keep moving. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep it as a sign to keep moving. One of my first songs that caught my attention, I can't talk about every song, only the ones that I felt like that caught my attention. Mahogany Casket, right? Right? I think it was the second song off the CD, right? T.I. was a feature on that. Crazy, right? I even heard some shots for 50 in that. Rick Ross came back after T.I. did his verse. Rick Ross came back and said, I ain't through. And then he shot at 50. Oh my God. 50. Listen, I don't think you guys understand. We're in the era where millionaires from our culture are fighting constantly. It's like, why? Why y'all fighting? I don't understand. Oh, y'all got everything and y'all fighting. But Rick Ross found a way to get around to shoot at 50 Cent. So you know it ain't over. It's not over, honey. Great song though. T.I., a great lyricist. T.I. is good. We got to get that to T.I. He should go down with some kind of accolades of being a great lyricist. So shout out to that. I like the Mahogany Casket song. Also, y'all know me, Minx in Miami have always been my favorite songs. I did a video about Minx in Miami. That was one of my favorite songs off the album. Face Down was a great song. Metro Boomin automatically came into the intro to let you know this is me. This is me. I'm doing this. Maybe if I move around like this, the light won't go out. He had Rich the Kid as a feature on that Face Down. You know what's so crazy when I was thinking about that? I can't palette Rich the Kid, Carti, and there's a couple of more. Young Boy. I can't palette them alone, right? Because I don't understand it. It sounds like, that's what it sounds like to me when I hear some of those artists. But I'm telling you, when they get with a foundational artist like a Rick Ross and a T.I., and I heard Carti with The Weeknd, they sound good. They really sound good. So shout out to Rich the Kid. It sounds good on this Face Down song with Rick Ross. I really like that. I think this is Maybach 7, Maybach Music 7. Did you guys pay attention to this song? The the person that was doing the hook on the song sounds so much like Drake. Did you pay attention to that? Go and listen. You know what I also noticed? Listening to this album with headbuds on, right? With earbuds on compared to you just listening through your speakers, it sounds so different. So that is a key that I would tell people who's listening to the album. Listen to it with your earbuds on. You can kind of really get the production very good. You can really hear it real good. But anyway, Maybach Music 7, I think that's what the number is there. Drake, like I said, it's the singer sounds so much like Drake. What's Ross poking? Huh? You know, Ross can be he's funny too. In the line of a song, he said this is what made me realize that this song was maybe a little line for Drake. He said, I wrote a few of your rhymes to show what it would be, right? To show you what it would be. So right there, it gave me a sense of, I think he's talking about Drake. But great song. I love that song too. I loved it. I thought, once again, Ross have a way of showing you, this is what I do in my sleep. I'm good with this. What you thought you heard from the boy, no, that was me orchestrating that even for him. So Rick Ross is a great key to hip hop at this time. I'm sorry. I know he got a lot of other stuff behind the scenes that a lot of you guys judge him by, but if you go musically, he's one of the best right now. Who is this? Living Large, Big X the Plug. First, I was upset. Let me say this when I heard that song. I was upset. And you know why? Because I hated the rendition of Mr. Big, right? That's a classic. That's a classic from 8 Ball and MJG. And if you're from the South, to be honest with you, it's almost an anthem. Right? It's almost an anthem. And to be honest with you, I don't like when people play with my icons like that. Like, so Rick Ross, I really wasn't happy about him doing that because these are iconic groups from the South, like, right? We hold them up on mantles, right? 8 Ball and MJG, right? That was off the Coming Out Hard album, 1993. The song was called Mr. Big. Rick Ross remade that in the Living Large for Big X the Plug. Listen, no love lost, but I just don't like when people touch with the pioneers and the icons of sounds from the South. I just don't like it, right? Go and listen to that Coming Out Hard album. I'm gonna tell you this. Right now, Coming Out Hard album from 8 Ball and MJG is in the playlist. That whole album, Mr. Big, whole thing, right? When the beat came in, dun, 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 dun. What? Dun, 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 dun. Baby, what? Man, stop playing. 8 Ball and MJG, they did the Nucci on the Porch. It was great. Go and check it out. But you got to be from the South to appreciate those artists. I'm sorry. That's Memphis. I was mad at Rick Ross. Okay, let me move on because I'm getting hot about that. I was hot about that. I didn't like it. Don't touch that. Okay, let me move on. The next song I like, Remarkable Hustle, right? I think at this moment we heard the voice of Nipsey Hussle. What do you think about that? Do you like that the artists are being able to use Nipsey Hussle's old work, right? I think I like the fact that they're keeping his name alive, right? They're keeping his movement, the marathon alive. I like that. But is it honest, right? Leon Thomas also was on that song, which was great. Leon Thomas, he's pretty good. He took a shot at DC Young Fly in that song. DC Young Fly is kind of upset right now, huh? What's going on? To me, I didn't take it that should he be upset, but I'm not him. I don't know. I felt like it was a shout out to DC Young Fly. Because I think if you're not familiar, Rick Ross, let me move around a little bit so my light won't go out. Rick Ross had a situation on their show. Is it 85 South? Right? They have a little podcast. So I think that's what that was about. But anyway, great song, Remarkable Hustle. And then to hear Nipsey Hussle's voice, I loved it. I think it was something to keep his name alive. Shout out to the marathon. Big Fish, right? With Gucci Man, right? I'm a Gucci fan. And a lot of people were saying that maybe Gucci, he said something about the snitching allegation. Listen, let Gucci live. I'm telling you, leave Gucci alone. Leave Gucci alone. Leave Gucci alone. I liked it though. Big Fish. Shout out to Gucci. They was really rapping that rich rap shit. I don't understand none that they were talking about. They were talking about Miyagi's in the forest, 100K in the trees, But I love to dream. Honey. I loved it. Diamonds Never Die. Great song. Kodak Black. Wherever I see Kodak Black, I'm going to see what's going on. So shout out to that. I love the song. She's a star. Featuring Miami. Shout out to Miss Miami. Y'all know Miami, not Miss Miami, because Miss Miami is a battle rapper, but Young Miami. I'm sorry, I want to get them mixed up. She's a star featuring Young Miami. Great. Young Miami just got that voice. Young Miami gave us I'm Flued Out. Right? Young Miami started creating she was creating literature, terms, words, right? I hope she got her money because that's in the Guinness Book of Records, right? Isn't that in the Webster Dictionary now? I bet you, right? They take our lingo and our slang. We create a lot of things around here. They laugh at us and tell us we illiterate and we dumb, but then next time you see, they turn around, they got it in their Websters, right? They got it in their dictionary, right? They got it where people, this is their lingo. This is what this means, right? So you take it, you laugh at it, but you take it and you use it, right? And you capitalize off it. So shout out to Young Miami who gave us a lot in that season. I'm going to talk about her later. My time is going for this segment. Do it one time. Listen, this song was great. Shout out to Rick Ross for doing this song. I think he gave homage to Florida, right? Florida got that. They got that. You remember how JT Money used to have that kind of, right? So the beat on that and the song, I'm thinking that the reason why he was able to go this way, he was kind of giving that Florida sound. They got that kind of different kind of bop. If you know what I mean, you know what I'm talking about, right? Shout out to Rick Ross. I like the album. Go and check it out. Like I told you, for 19 songs, I felt like a boss, honey. My light out. That means I gotta go. Okay. The light was telling me it's time to move on. Listen, Billboard, you guys, check this out. Billboard ranked their 10 hottest female rappers of right now. And I think I had to look at that. I had to pay attention to that because when I first saw the list, I was like, what? I know you fucking lying, right? But then when you have to read it a little slower. And it said the 10 hottest female rappers of right now. And so I went back and I looked at the list and I was like, they're still missing a couple of people. But I agree. Is that wrong? I agree. As I researched a lot of the women, once again, Cardi B was number 1. Number 2 was Young Miami. Number 3, Sexy Red. 4, Mana Leo. right? She used to know how to sing. 5 Dochi, 6 Lotto, 7 Trim, YK Niece, 8, Molly Santana, 9, and Megan Thee Stallion, right? So as I researched a lot of these albums, let me tell you something. These girls have been putting in a lot of work. I don't know if you guys paying attention or realize the work behind a lot of these females, but a lot of these girls got 3 to 4 albums themselves. Like it surprised me because, to be honest with you, I never paid attention to the Molly Santana, and if I have, it may was something like a one song, right? And I never really paid attention to which the YK Niece young lady, she's kind of new. But when I went and researched a lot of these women, like today, because I wanted to come and talk about it, a lot of these women have a good 3 to 4 albums. Listen, albums. So once again, I think Billboard really was doing their research of how they come up with these top 10 for right now. I really think it was a great, I'm trying to do this in my life. I really think it was a good list. It makes sense. I would have added a couple of people, and I'm gonna talk about that. I would have added Tierra Whack, and I'm gonna add Rhapsody, and I also would have added Doja Cat, right? Because Doja Cat is doing her thing right now overseas, and Doja Cat had some great projects, so I would have added those people. Rhapsody got 5 studio albums, you guys. These ladies been putting in work, honey. Also Tierra Whack got 2 full albums, right? Doja Cat, 5 studio albums. I don't think you guys realize these girls have been putting in a lot of work, and I don't think it's going noticed. I don't think people are paying attention. Sexy Red then got 3 projects out. What? This is how I'm paying attention, but I'm not paying attention. Lotto got 4 successful albums out, right? Mona Leo got 3 successful projects. 1 is an EP. I like Mona Leo. I think a lot of people are stealing her style, so she better be careful with that. Young Miami, a lot of people saying, why Young Miami? She just got a hit now. You gotta realize Young Miami rolled with the city girl, so she already got 3 to 4 successful projects out just being a city girl. So shout out Miami. It made sense. So when you pay attention to the list again, go back and do some little research about the projects and the stuff that these girls is putting out. And I'm gonna be for real. I would have put Megan a little bit higher, even though Megan my favorite niece. Shout out to my niece. I would have put Megan higher. Megan got 4 great albums, even though later on a lot of people stopped recognizing a lot of her projects because of what was going on with her personally. But Megan got 4 successful albums. To me, that was great. Traumazine is my favorite album from Megan. Megan really poured her heart out on Traumazine. And I know Megan do a lot of P talking, right? But Traumazine, she really poured her heart out. So shout out to the women. Okay, Billboard, I'm not always in agreement with Billboard, but for some reason, I get it. I get it. I would have added, let's start doing top 15 and let's add some more girls. But these women have great projects and they got a lot of work, you guys. Shout out to the women. I'm sorry. I kind of treated y'all like some stepdaughters. But they got great projects. All right, let's move on. I got to get up out of here. We don't have long. The last topic today, I said this in the intro. I said, is Boosie, YB, and Dame Dash the headaches of hip hop? Right now, I don't know if y'all like me, but every day you wake up, it's something with that Boosie. It's something. It's something with that YB. I'm trying to do my thing. It's something with that Dame Dash. It gets to the point where you're like, oh, what is it today? How do all these rich niggas have so many problems? I just don't understand. It makes you just being okay with being simple, right? Living simplicity type of lifestyle is more comfortable than these big and the millionaires. It's like, oh my God, y'all got so many problems. I just don't understand it. And Boosie is one of the ones. I'm going to say this to Boosie, and I got to get out of here. This is my teachable moment. I'm going to say this to Boosie and people like Boosie. Boosie remind me of Paul, right? Anybody don't know? This is Bible talk right now. He remind me of Saul. I don't know if you guys will remember this, and if you haven't, go and read it. This is time that you need to tap into your books and read. But Saul at the time was a menace to society. He was literally killing people just because they believed different. This is how terrible Saul was amongst his community, right? He would kill you just because you believe different. And he had the right? He was allowed to do it, right? With freedom. So one time God had to put him down, you guys, just to bring him under some kind of submission. And if you read the story, he blinded him. And when he came back, he realized, oh man, I'm going against this being that is so powerful and greater than me. So now I'm going to work for it. But this is the key to what I'm going to say to Boosie and to people like a Boosie, who's always struggling with things in their life, spirit wise, just struggling, just in torment, right? God told Saul, he said, asked God, he said, take this thorn from me. Go and read it. I think it's in 2 Corinthians. I don't know. Type it and tell you. He asked God, he said, take this thorn from me. I'm trying not to let the light go out. He said, take this thorn from me. God told him, no. Why? Why? He said, because that thorn is there to humble you. And I'm going to say this. A lot of you guys are menaces. You hell on wheels. And if you didn't have that thing to keep you in submission, right? If you didn't have that thorn to keep you in a place of stillness, you would not only destroy others, you would destroy yourself. So sometimes you got to be happy with your thorn. And I think Boosie haven't realized that he got a thorn that God said, I would not take from you. And until you submit and realize, you're going to forever be in torment. So when I see a lot of these guys, they remind me of that. Man, only if they would realize what this thing is. It's so much bigger than your money. So you can't pay your way out of this. You can't pay your way out of this. Only God can free you from that. And he even told Saul, he said, I will not free you. I'm going to keep it there to remind you of who I am and to keep you safe. Now go and work with it. Figure out how to work with that thing. But I think then when Paul realized that God wasn't going to take that thing from him, he said, all right, I'm going to work with this thing. You need it. Some of y'all need it. You hell on wheels. You need that thorn. He cannot take it from you. So that's my teachable moment. Go and read it. It may give you more clarity. But when I look at Boosie and a YB, they weren't the first menaces. Paul was hell. Saul at the time. Them drill rappers think they was some. Imagine somebody killing you just because of what you believe. That's crazy, right? To us, that's crazy because of the freedom that we have here. But it was bad then. But Boosie reminds me of that. Somebody tell Boosie, God is not taking that thorn away from him because that what holds him. If he take it away from him, he will destroy himself. I gotta go. So I hope that word is also for somebody else who's wrestling with why is no relief. Some of you need it. You so destructive, mentally and physically. You so destructive, and that torch gotta stay there. That's my light. I gotta go. See y'all. Have a good week. Bye.